Coach will start you with an opening statement.
Okay.
Since we only have one microphone, when you're addressed a question, please try to pull that microphone towards you, okay?
Okay, we can do that.
Coach will start you with an opening statement, please.
It's always a thrill to bring my team down North Broadway to play. This is the fourth time we've played in about 7 or 8 years, and just the atmosphere for our student body and for our alums and future students and families across the nation. It's just a great opportunity for our program, and I can't say enough about Coach Cal and his generosity in making sure this happens. I'm very lucky to coach at a university that had C.M. Newton before me, and Lee Rose and Don Lane, but I've got every day when I go to work, behind me I've got a picture of 4 really, really special people. Harry Stevenson, who hired C.M. Newton to come to Transylvania after playing for Coach Rupp, and then Lee Rose that replaced C.M., and then obviously my father. Special night with the Martins. C.M. Newton made every person that was around him feel special. He came to our game in 2006 when we were going to the Sweet 16, and was able to come in and talk to our team afterwards. And he was just as excited for that, I'm sure, as some of the other big wins that he had as a coach, and also as that he had as an athletic director. But just an unbelievable role model for all of us, and it was exciting to be able to play this game in his honor.
Open the floor to questions for both coach and student athletes. Please raise your hand so we can get you a microphone.
Brian, what impression did Kentucky make on you, and especially their size?
Their size, and if you look at the shot chart, obviously we knew that there was going to be a mismatch for us inside. They did, some of the other times that we've played them, they settled for outside shots early, and certainly they didn't do that tonight. But watching the games and everything in preparation for this, we knew that the pressure defense that they were going to give us out on the floor was going to be something that we might struggle with. So we tried to work really, really hard to not stop short, to try to really get out and make ourselves available to get the ball reversed. Got it from side to side a little bit, and then we spread it out and were able to get it to drive. But they have the size. I think Reed's coming in, and the addition of him, Reed Travis. I think it's been a couple years since, I almost said we've had, but Kentucky's had a big guy with that size and at that age, and so that I think he's a huge factor, and you could see as the game evolved. I was really impressed with how they were talking to each other and they were communicating with each other, because it's not easy to play a smaller lineup like we did, and we talked about the block shots. Anthony Davis had 8 block shots in the game against us, and they only had 7 tonight. And that was because we quite frankly said, if somebody's on you, you got to give it up, and we got to take good looks as opposed to forcing things. We've got Michael Jefferson over here to my left, who I did not start. I thought that might be the first question. Why didn't Michael start? And then Cooper Theobald, two terrific young men and outstanding role models for our program.
Michael, will you talk about the reverse layups first off, because that was one of the few ways to get it in the basket without having more block shots?
Tell me you came out of camp and learned it.
Yeah, I'm used to playing bigger guys. I'm a shorter guy, always out there, so use my left hand, use my body really well, and
Jerry, will you raise your hand again, please? Right there, Jerry.
Michael, you got to the rim quite a few times. What was working in that regard?
Well, the plan was to get in there, kick out, because I know how many shot blockers they have, but I saw just an opening and used my body really well on the left-hand side.
This question goes to any of the three of you, really. How do you see this experience benefiting you guys going into your season?
Well, it can't hurt. We're playing great competition out there. It's just going to propel our program and just take us over the step, because we saw some weaknesses on ourselves. We saw some things we can improve on for sure. And we're going to take that and put that in our practice and just get better from here.
When you talk about, all of you, especially you, Coach, the wide open looks that you got from three, Gabe Schmidt doesn't miss many of those.
Right.
And early on, you could have been a lot closer in a deficit than you were.
We did talk in a couple of timeouts that we felt like we were letting some opportunities really slip away, and you know our program really well. The other day, Sunday, at Coach Cal's clinic that these guys demonstrated for, Gabe made 10 out of 10 3-point shots, and right there with Cal and his assistants, and you know I'm over there putting my hands in my head, saying, you know, you just messed up a great opportunity to come in as a stealth and then make some shots. So I knew that they were well aware of the kind of shooter that Gabe is, and then obviously Spencer is as well. So you know, they prepared, to their credit, they prepared for this game just like they will for IUP and Duke and the other ones that are going after that, because you know, when they have the young guys and an opportunity today to be able to prepare for the regular season. I just told our guys that our job is to come down here, play an exhibition game where Kentucky can go back and they can look at the tape and they can look at some things, and our job was to help them get better, and I think we were able to do that today.
Ryan, what do you hope Luke Schroeder can learn from this experience?
I knew Luke might have a tough time initially, because he hasn't gone, since he's been to the United States, he hasn't been able to really go against anybody his size or bigger. So, I mean, he's going to be a tremendous player for us. When he got off when he came down that elevator at Bluegrass Field, and I know you know what elevator I'm talking, the escalator. I knew he was 6'9", but sometimes when foreign players come over, you're just hoping they're not going to be 6'4" as they come down, and he's just been a blessing. We stayed out there for my old Kentucky home, and I was explaining to him what each of the things were. But I was just really proud of the way that he did it, because at our league, at our level, all of a sudden he's going to be one of the bigger guys in our league. So he's not going to have to worry about 6'11" guys that are grown men, as one of the UK players said the other day.
Any other questions for Transylvania coach or student? Good. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't fall off the back, you end up on SportsCenter.